Hello, welcome to Scratch 3D Printing. In this video, I'll be installing a new Hotend nozzle for the Kobra 3. Let's scratch today's installations. As you probably have saw in my previous video, if you watch me update the Kobra 3 to the latest firmware, you will know that my Kobra 3 Hotend got ruined like this. The nozzle tip broke off right there. I'm gonna talk a little bit history about this, and then I will get to the new nozzle and the installation. When the Kobra 3 released, Anycubic Hotend keeps leaking, either from the top here and or the bottom of the nozzle here. That happened to me and lots of other people. So Anycubic decided to make this form on their Anycubic support page, saying that if your Hotend nozzle is leaking from up here or just leaking in general, you can contact them and they will send you this new Hotend replacement. Which this Hotend, they use a different adhesive or like a stronger adhesive. Put lots of adhesive glue within the nozzle itself, not inside the nozzle but outside in the thread and on top and at the bottom. So that leads to this. Changing the nozzle is very difficult now because whatever adhesive they use here has glued the heat block to the nozzle itself. So when I try and take off the nozzle for replacement, I hold the heat block, unscrew the nozzle, it just broke off the nozzle head and now it's stuck in there and I cannot get out. Enough with that, let's go and unbox this new nozzle that I got on Amazon. If you are interested in this nozzle, I'll leave it down below and you can go check it out for yourself. Anycubic is having the biggest sale of the year, so I will have links down below for the Kobra 3. But here we go, this is the new Hotend. And look at this. The nozzle heat block is different. The heat sink seems very similar to the original one. And if you look at the nozzle, it looks totally different from any other nozzle I have seen. So I'm not quite sure how this is gonna go, but let's just install and do a test print and see how it works. So here we go. I already take the cover off and the Hotend, except this. So I'm gonna take this off. If you don't know how to take this off, I made tons of tutorials. I will leave some links in the description down below. But we need to take off this heatsink, this fan, and I'll unplug this. Oh, there we go. Whoa, that's very horrible to take off. I think I have to take off this extruder so that I can get access to the screw down there. Man, this is gonna be a whole disassemble. One screw here, one screw here. So I'm gonna try and take these off first. So that loosens this cover. Okay, it looks like there's two screws on the back here. So I'm gonna try and unscrew those. So in order to take this off, you need to unscrew this one right here and this one and two at the back here. That looks pretty cool. Now I can unscrew these two screws to get this fan off from the heatsink. Don't lose this. This is behind the fan. And would you look at that? Wow, that's very nasty. That feels like grease. Okay, so I see those two screws right here. I'm gonna take this screw off and one on the other side right there. I'm gonna take those two off and hopefully this heatsink comes off. Okay, there we go. Got it off, but there's a wire attaching it. I'm not sure, but I think this is the homing sensor. I'm not 100% confident on that, but let me know what this is. But I think this might be the homing sensor. I'm not gonna take it off because they put glue on there, adhesive on there, so I'm not even gonna take it off. I'm gonna take off these two bolts right here. Just make sure you don't like pull the wire off. Wow, with this thing doesn't do anything, it still feels pretty nasty. Man, I gotta say, this is a very compact design and it looks really cool. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing. It's not part of the assembling for the Hotend, but I feel like there's some filament stuck in here, so I'm gonna take off these three screws and see if this thing will come off. Okay, everything came off. It's fine. Be careful. Okay, there we go. Wow. So if you haven't yet, take off your Kobra 3 extruder. I did it, so here's how it works. Right, when it goes over here, hit this thing goes in, the blade comes out and cut the filament right there, and there's a spring loaded right here to push it back. Yeah, as you can see right there, there's a filament that is stuck in there, and even if I spin this thing, which is pushing down the filament, it's not working. Oh my gosh, I just popped out this pin. No, the spring. I don't know where it goes. Yeah, okay, there we go. I got it back in. I just popped the gear here, the black gear here, off from here, and as you can see right there, there are chunks in there. I think that's why last time I got the clog and it was very bad. Too much retracting, too much extruding. Let's get this fixed. If you look at here, this thing can be popped off, right? And if you look over here, there's like a line here that can be popped off. But the reason why is this tensioning screw right here. I need to take this off first so I can pop this off. So hopefully I can put the screw back later on. Okay, there we go. There's a washer. Keep those together. Okay, now everything is loose now, and it can be popped out just like that. Let's take a look at the gear here. So it's just a normal spur gear with some teeth here so that it can grip onto the filament. See if I can take this off too. It looks like it was melted and then got pushed up. Okay, it looks like I can pop it from this side. Smash it. Oh, there we go. I push it, force it, and I finally got it out. There we go. Oh my gosh. Man, these bearings are so cool. Now, I'm gonna clean this up and put everything back together. Don't even know how to take this off. Can I just push up? There we go. Finally, push it up. One piece, man. The smallest amount of filament will get everything clogged up and ruin your 3D printer. Oh my gosh, it's just this piece of crap. Okay, now let's try and put everything back together. I was smashing it so hard, this spring came off. So if you're at this point like me, I'll show you how to assemble everything back together. I did say that I'm not gonna put loops here, but I think I'm gonna put a little loop here in the rod. I'm just gonna use some super lube and then put this thing back like this. Push it all the way in. Once you push it in, make sure that the teeth here is aligned with the hole, so because that's where the filament's gonna come down. I'm just gonna put lubes onto the gear, not the gear where it touches the filament, just the gear here. And I'm gonna be putting this other piece back in here too. This piece goes in like this, so that these two meshes together. Time to put the spring back. Everything assembled with the screw. Tight with your hand first, then use the Allen wrench to tighten it down. As you saw earlier, there was this piece here that is moving back and forth, so let's put this thing back. Just like that. And now the spring goes into that hole stuck up here. Tweezer and line it up. The spring sits right here. There we go. Oh my gosh, finally got in. So let's put the plastic piece back in here. Secure like that. So now I'm just gonna put everything back. This goes in like this. Press it all the way in there. Like that. Now this thing sits flush. And we can put it in now. But I'm gonna be plugging these two in first. Let's put the plastic piece in there. The see-through. And now it's time to put the Hotend in. So to put this back, you need to put this on top of the Hotend like this. There we go. Make it tight so that it does not come back out. Here is how this new Hotend nozzle looks like. That is the heat block and that's the nozzle. So that's why this nozzle looks pretty different and it's so small, but hopefully it works. And hopefully there's replacement for this nozzle. The heat sink and this heat sink is identical. Very, very identical. Everything is back together. The moment of truth is here. Let's see. The nozzle is 27.0. So let's heat it up to just 30. And let's see if it works. And there we go. It works. It works. This new Hotend works. It's just a dropped in replacement one. Oh, I smell it burning. Basically every new nozzle has this burnt smell to it. There we go. It comes out. Wow, it comes out very nicely. Look at that. See smoke. Let's go. Yeah, I'm so happy now. Oh my gosh, it's been weeks since I see the Kobra 3 purge nozzle. Yes. Hey, look at that. It's working. It's printing again. Oh my gosh. This, you don't know how happy I am right now. seeing the Kobra 3 back printing and working again. It feels so good. It's just feel really good when you fix a 3D printer and it's back and printing. Finishes in 15 minutes 39 seconds. Look at that, it looks beautiful. We will take a closer look. But there's one thing that I did not realize, that it printed this purge line so big. I never seen this on my Kobra 3 ever before. I know it will do this every single time that it does the purge line. I only see like a small strands of filament going through here. Never seen this big of a purge line before, which is pretty nice. This nozzle is pretty good. Alright, so I got the Kobra 3 working, printed again, and guess what? It printed a benchy perfectly within just 15 minutes. This was the pre-slice from Anycubic, and look at this. It looks beautiful, man. You can see that there's some discolor here. It's because some layer it goes faster than some other layers. So in my experience, when your printer prints slower, the colors tend to be a little bit darker, and when your 3D printer prints faster, the color tend to be lighter. So here is just the printer slowing down and stuff like that. And mind me, I did not do any calibrations for the new Hotend. Usually when you change a nozzle or Hotend, like how I did disassemble the whole printhead, you should be doing a bed leveling and maybe, I guess, input shaping, but I haven't done that since I unboxed the 3D printer. The first layer isn't the best because I did not do any calibrations for the new Hotend, and I disassembled the whole thing. The new nozzle that I got on the Kobra 3, it works well, it printed good, and that's pretty much what I have to say. It's a good Hotend, but I don't know if the nozzle is gonna be like replaceable with other regular type of nozzle out there, because it seems so different and the head is like so small. I think there's definitely nozzles out there to replace that. And so far, there's no leaks, so it's pretty good. And you don't know how much happy I am seeing the Kobra 3 working again. Any 3D printers that I have, if it doesn't work for like a week or something broke and I gotta order something for a week, it's just sitting there. I'm like, why is it not working? I wanted to see it print, and when I get it fixed and start printing, working like this again, it's just like the best feeling ever. Leave a comment down below. Have you bought that type of nozzle for the Kobra 3? And what do you think about it? Leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, keep on 3D printing. But before you leave, if you are in need of lithium-ion batteries, check out my store right here. It's scratch3dbattery.store. You can choose from various type of connectors, T-plug with a balanced charger, or just a simple JST SM plug, or if you need XT60 or XT30, it's also available with a balanced charger. You can choose from various type of battery pack and connectors that suits your needs. So once again, if you need high quality lithium-ion battery pack, check out my store, scratch3dbattery.store. There will be a link in the description down below, and thank you so much.